And we're live.
Hello, mate. How you doing?
Hi, mate. Good. How you doing this week?
Good. They've got no one come on yet, so it does this to us every week, doesn't it?
It does. There's a bit of a delay, but I'm sure they'll come on any second.
They'll come fly. We got a few on. So, guys, if you're coming on, please say hello.
Say hello, everyone, so we know you're here.
Please like and share, obviously. So, we got one heart already. Someone's give us a heart. So
say hello to us.
Yes, say hello, so we know we've got you coming in. Yeah, here we go. Here you come.
Oh, hi, Heather.
Hi, Heather.
So, how's your week been, Paul?
Yeah, good. Obviously, Norwich became champions this week.
Yep.
Just got to get that in.
Yeah, so, we'll be playing you, hopefully.
We'll be in Premier League. Yeah, 3 easy points next year against Arsenal.
Yeah, we'll see. Oh, everyone's coming on now, mate. Alice,
it's my lovely neighbour, Shirley. Hi, Shirley.
Hi, Holly Lehman. Hi, Shirley. Hi, Mary Burnett. Lovely to see you. Hi, Donna. We've got the usuals coming on at first.
It's great to see it all. Jennifer, Anna Lynch. Hello.
Hi, Leah.
Mate, how was your operation? How did that go?
Well, God, it was a hell of a procedure, mate. I could be here all day talking about it, but it lasted for a good couple hours or so altogether, like the waiting around and getting the eye sorted and everything. But yeah, they just lasered the eye, so another procedure in 6 weeks' time. So hopefully we'll get there.
Yeah, good. I'm glad it's all kind of sorted anyway. It's on its way to being sorted.
On the way,
yeah. So we should talk about tonight's guest, really, shouldn't we?
Another lovely guest to our show, Paul.
Yeah,
Tasha, I believe her name is.
Yeah, Tasha, the one and only Tasha Broughton. And I've known Tasha for quite a few years now. We've done a couple of demonstrations together back in the day when we could go out and we was allowed out without the COVID police. That was a great experience working with Tasha. And she doesn't just do mediumship; she's also holistic health practitioner.
Yeah.
And she also does the old parapsychologist.
Get the word out.
Mate, that was a big word. So don't ask me to spell it.
No. Quite a as well.
Should we get Tasha in?
Yeah, let's
get Tasha in. Let's get
her in.
Drum roll. Hi, Tash.
Hi.
Hiya. How you doing?
Fine, thank you. You guys okay?
Yeah, good. So, Tash, just before people start asking questions, because we'd like to sort of interview ourselves first and ask you lots of questions.
Okay.
And then we get the guys at home to ask you a few questions as well.
Okay.
And then hopefully, if you're up for it, we'll go into doing some messages as well. If you're up for it, it is, we're not going to force you, but obviously we'd love to see you at work. So the other thing, guys, if you also, it's worth mentioning, if you would like a free reading, like, love and share on the program as well. I think it's your turn this week, mate.
It is. Did you have a good reading last week, Paul?
That's not booked till Friday.
Oh, okay.
This old bank holiday weekend's got in the way a little bit.
Yeah. So if you want to pick one at the end of the show for someone for me for the free reading, 30 minutes. So that'd be good.
Awesome. So Tash. Yeah.
But I'm joking. Sorry.
I was just going to ask you because I actually don't know this question myself.
Mm-hmm.
How did you get into mediumship? How did you know you was mediumistic?
Well, I'm going to be honest. I'll just pre-warn everyone. Okay, so I'm quite a down-to-earth person. I will say things as they are. I'm not about being all structured and saying the right thing. I just say it as it is. So don't anyone take me the wrong way. How did I know I was a medium? Quite simple. I knew from a very young age that something was going on, that I had a gift. I'm very fortunate that kind of runs in my family. My nan actually taught me to read the tea leaves when I was little. So it all kind of really started from there. Always knew it was I was a bit different. Not going to say special, just different. yeah, kind of just everything built up from that. And then I had a bit of an experience, a bit of a near-death experience, if you like. And within that sort of time, something kind of happened to me. It was almost like I came back and I had a job to do. And I found groups and I found friends and I found everyone who'd done what I'd done. And I just pushed forwards really and carried on doing what I do. So that's how I
Tell us a bit
started.
more about this near-death.
I was going to say, I was just going to jump on that as well.
No.
Can't just leave that and not say
Yeah, I
it.
can.
We're trying to get another guest on here who's also, because it's very fascinating. People have near-death experiences, and I think science are now kind of proving that the brain is the brain and the mind is separate from the brain. So yeah. Again, proven with near-death experience. But we'd love to know what if you don't mind sharing. We don't want to kind of put you on the spot, Tash.
Okay, well, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it, but there was just a situation where I was in a long sleep for a long time, and that was in that time that many things came to me and many things made sense. I had many conversations. I went to many places, and actually, then when I woke up, everything seemed at peace. Everything seemed normal. Everything was where I needed it to be. So I worked forward from there. But I'm not going to go into the ins and outs and all the rest of it because that's personal.
You basically had a big shift, a big download.
Massive, absolutely. I always
go forward.
Absolutely. I always thought I was a little bit different. I'd done things different because I'm very fortunate in the fact that I'm clairaudient. So I hear things directly. So from a young age, I always thought I was crazy. And that's the truth. I always thought I was crazy. I always thought there was something wrong with me because I could hear things other people couldn't. I would go to places and I could see things that other people couldn't. And so I literally, for such a long time when I was younger, I put myself in this. I was probably how I would be classed as the rebel child because I didn't know how to express myself because I saw and heard things so different to everybody else. And that's the truth. So yeah, my brothers and sisters and parents would probably tell you I was the rebel child, but that was why. So yeah. So don't knock all the rebel children. There could be a reason.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us around.
So also, Tash, I know we want to touch on this as well. You're a holistic health practitioner.
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
What does that involve?
Well, I was a palliative nurse for a lot of years, so I sort of worked I dealt with the end of life because I know it sounds quite a depressing job, but it's actually not. It's a very dignifying job, and I love my job, but it came to the point, especially doing what I do with the spiritual things, it became quite difficult. So I came out of that, and I studied. Because I wanted to go down an alternative route. I'm not disagreeing with medicines. Sometimes we do need to intervene with medicines. But what I basically do is alternative ways of medicine. So, I can do sort of the herbal remedies. I do the massages, reflexology, the aromatherapy. Counselling is my biggest thing. I do love my counselling. So it's kind of it's an umbrella of everything that kind of comes into that. But yeah, that's what I do with that really. And I do really enjoy it.
Do you mix the spiritual kind of understanding with the counselling? So it's a mixture?
Sometimes I do. You tend to find some people that they don't want that interaction, which is fine. So, you don't use that. A lot of the time, what I tend to find especially when I'm doing massage and things like that, one of my guides, Pappy, I call him. So one of my guides, he comes in and he'll show me where to go and what to do. So I can be working on someone and he'll guide me where to go and he'll guide me what to do. And so, yeah, absolutely. When it comes to that kind of thing, spirit does take over and I absolutely let them do the work. I mean, they know better. So, yes, absolutely. Spirit is definitely involved in what I do with that. Yeah.
Do you just sorry, I'll take over asking you questions, but
that's okay.
I do massage as well, so I know where you're coming from on that. So,
yeah.
But do you prepare yourself beforehand, or do you just allow spirit to work with you when you do your treatment?
Kind of a bit of both, really, because I do a lot of sort of preparation and sort of I kind of do a lot of work on myself when I wake up in the morning anyway. That's kind of what I do, and that tends to then roll me out for the day. If I'm doing more if someone wants to do, like, let's just say chakra realignment with a massage, or they want to do a meditation massage, let's say, then absolutely I will sit and I will just I'll give myself half an hour, ground myself, put myself in the power, absolutely give myself half an hour before I do that, definitely.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fantastic. So, what's a Kalia Rose? Is that the name of the? Am I saying it wrong? Sorry.
Yeah, nobody ever says it right. It's a Kalia Rose.
Okay.
And purely because a Kalia is my spirit it's my spirit animal. It's my wolf, is a Kalia. And Rose purely because my nan used to call me Gypsy Rose. So, because I read the tea leaves with her, so I was always Gypsy Rose. So, hence this a Kalia Rose.
Brilliant.
Like I said, I'm not normal. I'm not standard. I'm very way out there.
Yeah, we should also mention that you've got a couple of Facebook pages, not just the Acadia Rose, or is that the one with the psychic medium? I'm a bit confused as well now. Is it separate? There's two, isn't there?
So I run them separate because you find a lot of people don't like to mix the two. Some people do just like to come in. I know we don't talk about religion on here, but some people who come from a religious background say they come in for treatment. They don't necessarily want to be put in that spirit environment, which is absolutely fine. I totally respect that. So that's why I keep them separate. So I have my spiritual medium and workshops, and I have my Kaylee Rose which is all my other things. So yeah, I try to keep them separate.
Some of your friends are coming on here, Tash. You got a fan base coming on here tonight. You got a big hi from Michelle Green. And I know a few other your guys have come on to say hello as well, which is nice to have you guys on. I think this might be the first time you guys have come in tonight as well. So it's lovely to see you.
Yeah, welcome to the show, everyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So I know you do so much I'd like to ask you as well, Tash, but we've got limited time. So I know you also do demonstrations as well. When you do demonstrations for the public, we have a lot of mediums on here that don't always do that. Some mediums just prefer to work at home. I mean, it's obviously I've worked with you and I've worked with both Anthony and both of you, but it's nice to do all three of us at some point. That'd be quite nice.
Yeah,
that would be good. That would be good.
Yeah. But so what inspires you, Tash? What inspires you to work with spirit?
The way it makes me feel, I think. And I think going back to that situation where I almost felt like I made a deal with the things that I had to, not had to achieve at all, but the things I wanted to achieve in life, if you like, which was it's just bringing the good, the positive, and showing people the polarity between the light and the dark. So many people believe so much about the dark side, this, that, and the other. It's polarity. There is so much light, and the light always outweighs the dark. And it's not, I don't know, I guess kind of what I do is a mixture of everything. I think it drives me because I feel good when I'm working with spirit. I now accept the fact that I'm not crazy, and actually what I have is quite natural and quite normal, and actually it helps people, and I think that's my biggest drive.
I think that's the biggest thing for all of us as mediums, that we are normal.
Yeah.
We're not necessarily crazy, but we don't just, we have this little bit something else that we do.
Yeah.
So and I've had so many comments over the years. You do that kind of work, but you seem normal. I'm not sure how to. There's some sort of hidden compliment in there somewhere, but yeah, no, it's great. So in terms of experiences, though, Tash, what's probably been the most positive experience you've had working with spirit?
Oh wow, I've had so many. I literally have had so many. It would be hard to pinpoint anything. I think. I could. There's so many things I could explain, but like I said, I know you with time wise and things like that. One of my favorite things that I like doing is like my astral travel and things like that. That to me is always an amazing experience.
Hang on a minute. Let's come back on that. So astral travel. Do you want
what is that for you, Tasha?
What is that for me? I love it. Okay, how can you explain that to someone without sounding mad? So the astral travel.
Too late, by the way. Too late.
Okay. I don't care. So astral travel. So when you're in a kind of delta state of consciousness, so that place between sleep and wake, that place where communication is a lot easier.
Yeah.
It's just basically stepping out of your own body and traveling far and beyond and learning different things and experiencing different things, and then coming back to yourself. And that is the most amazing experience, I think, that as doing the things I do, that is probably one of the most touching things to me that I can do, and I love it.
So do you help people do that as well, or do you do it in your own sleep state?
I literally just, I've never helped anybody else. I literally only do that with myself. That sounds wrong show. That sounds terrible. That's, so that's no, that's just something I do myself. That's not something I do with other people.
Because a lot of
Not
people
currently.
on here
Maybe I will.
a lot of people on here might not know what that means. So
No, okay, no, sorry, yeah. Sorry.
No, I think you explained that
Elaborate.
really well. I think you explained that really well, Tash. So, in terms of how you get to that state, was it a natural thing that you found that you can do?
I'm going to be honest, it did come naturally, but it scared the life out of me the first time, because I just remember standing at the end of my bed, watching me in bed, thinking, what is going on? I remember being petrified, but it almost took me back to that time when I was in that position, in that, let's call it the sleep, the near-death experience. When I was back there, it almost took me back to that time. And it took me a few minutes just to go, okay, this is safe. Didn't go far that night, and then came back, so that it was a shock, but that just came sort of naturally. I think they just kind of like throwing things in at me every now and then, so I experienced something new.
You felt calm, right?
After the initial panic, absolutely, the calmest. That is honestly the most. It is just the loveliest experience for me. That doesn't mean it's going to be for everybody, but for me, that is definitely that's my number one.
Do you find you travel far with that, Tash, or do you stay quite close?
Depends where I need to travel to. And this sounds silly, but if there's something that I need to work on, something I need to sort, something I need to fix, if there's something like that, they tend to take me. I tend to go. Obviously, I'm with my guides, but I tend to go, and I can then find my answers or find my way, or not necessarily give me an answer, but I can watch it different, so I can calculate my own answer. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. So, but I guess people have so many questions at home, and they'll probably want to say, what is it you can see when you're in that state?
Everything as I would see it now, literally.
So
that
colour,
is how I see
clarity.
it. Yeah, absolutely. I literally see things as I see them now.
What objects, people?
Yeah, everything.
Yep.
Right.
Is Ben watching tonight? Is Ben watching tonight?
Right. See, my husband, I love my husband dearly, but he has a very different idea to spirit. Yeah, he likes his spirit in a glass.
Ah, he's down a pub.
He's down a pub.
I was just going to say, surely, what do you do when he's snoring and you come out of body? Can you kind of get your own back on him when he's snoring?
Actually, to be fair, and I'm going to be honest, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this out publicly, but he has actually had a couple of sort of traveling experiences and contacts of recent. I think because I'm working so much with what I'm doing of late, I've really put a lot into what I'm doing of late. I think I'm I'm just spread out a bit too far. So he's feeding off my energy, and things are now happening to him. But it's good. It's in a good way, and that's all nice. It's all positive things. So it's good. Yeah.
There's a few people on here already saying that they've had similar experiences as well. In the comments section. It's on your right hand side if you can see it on there, Tasha, as well. Ali Bateson is saying a good story of hers with respect to an out of body experience.
I'll just wipe Tasha out putting that on the screen.
Right, that was
I
fine.
read that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
So very interesting, isn't it, how it all works? Yes,
it is very, very interesting. And I think to me, my only advice to that, Ali, is simply, I think it's kind of gaining the trust with spirit. And I think when you've got that absolute, and it really is absolute trust with spirit, they will guide you and they will help you through. But if you're conscious and you're a little bit nervous and you're a little bit, panicky about it, they're not going to push you to your full potential. They'll only take you as far as they know you can mentally and physically cope. That's my advice anyway. I don't know whether that's right or wrong, but that's how I foresee it.
Yeah. There's a great question actually coming from Carol as well. Hi, Carol, by the way. Good to see you.
Hi, Carol.
Hi.
Do you see different scenarios of whatever you need to sort if you choose the right path?
No, you literally see one scenario, and this is, we're going to go into something else now. It's basically one scenario. It's the one playing scenario. That is what it is, and you read into it what you want, and that's like anything in life. At the end of the day, I can go and watch a scenario and go, okay, that's what I've got to do. That's how I've got to fix it. But I am only human, and I can get that wrong. But that is part of life's lessons, and you've got to remember through everything we do, spiritual or not spiritual, everything we do in life is a lesson. We have to learn from it. So they can show me a scenario and I can choose what I'm going to do, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's the right thing to do. That's my choice because it's a lesson I've got to learn, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I hope it makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely. We should actually start inviting questions, really, because I can't believe we're 20 minutes in already.
It's because I talk too much. I do apologize.
It just goes really quick.
It's all coming in questions already, so it's a natural transition. So there we go.
Yeah. Oh, here you go. What's this one? This is from Heather. A few years ago, I was run over and my whole life flashed in front of my eyes. Was that a near-death experience?
Only you can be the judge of that, really. See, I'm going to be honest. In mine, it wasn't a case of my whole life in front of my eyes. It was probably more of the things that I had to put right, the things I had to do. I do believe that people do foresee everything in their life, but I think a lot of that is your conscious mind when you're in a panic state. I think the near-death experience was more to me, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but to me, it was more of a situation where these are things I had to come back. I was coming back, and these are things I had to put right. These are things I had to fix. These are things I had to work for. So I can't really answer that in the fact whether it's right or wrong. Maybe your life, you've been such a good girl all your life, but maybe you just saw your life because you had nothing to come back and fix. I can't honestly answer that because it's individual to each person. And I think when situations happen, when you kind of know how near death you are when you're there, it's very hard to explain that to someone what it's like, because it's individual. It's personal to everybody.
So you would go along with the understanding of you come back and live different lifetimes, reincarnation and all that. We've touched on that in other spiritual talks as well, but
100%.
The terminology you're using is following that trend as well.
Absolutely, 100% believe that. 100% believe in that. Yeah. That's okay, Heather. Sorry if I didn't answer that right. So that's all. Because I'm all for absolutely. You come back, if there's a lesson you don't particularly learn in this life, then you will basically every life you come back to, you'll keep reliving it until you learn. Situations in life happen, going into a big scenario. But I had a car accident when I was younger. That all was a bit. I blamed the other people, but actually it was my fault. I recently had another big car accident, and you know what? To be fair, it was my fault. So this time my hands up went, you know what? That was my fault. I shouldn't have pulled out the junction, blah, blah, blah. Hopefully now it'll never happen again because I've learned my lesson. Yeah. I think that's kind of the basis that I'm trying to say. I think when you can learn from something, the pattern will stop repeating itself. Yeah. And that certainly goes on in reincarnation in next lives. It absolutely does. Whether you come back as a male or a female, a queen, whoever you come back as, you will still have to learn those lessons that you didn't in this life. That is what then takes you up your realms, to be in a position where hopefully I'll end up one day.
There's a few meditations that can help with that practice of how to break down old patterns of behaviour.
Absolutely, yeah.
To kind of release that. And I think that's really, really important that we should mention that at this point if we're thinking, well, how do I break out of an old pattern?
Yeah.
And meditation is key.
Absolutely.
Seeing that.
Absolutely.
And the other thing, not everybody has that the ability to astrally travel. So it's a gift that if you can do it, because like you say, you get to see things, you get to put things right, you get to see the bigger picture. But I was going to say, us mere mortals, we just have to meditate. See, I've had a few kind of out of body experiences, but never astral travel. I'm kind of jealous. I'd love to be able to do it. A friend of mine tried to teach me, and he spent a lot of time out in Africa, and it was in Nigeria actually. He was working for a mobile oil company, and the local chief of the village, he taught him how to do it because he had to stay in and around this community for about a year. And the chief, so I think it is something that could be taught. But from what he was telling me, it was something about when you come out of the body, or when you go back to go into the dream state, and you feel really kind of calm, relaxed, you can feel your energy rising. But every time I've tried it, I've got excited because I can feel myself floating up. My heart goes bum, 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 bum. bang, straight back in. It's like,
This is what I was explaining. You've literally got to stay in that state. You can't get excited. You can't get scared. You can't literally. You have to literally be like that. So yeah, I think perhaps you're still a big kid at heart, Paul. You get too excited. So,
I do. Yeah, I agree with that.
It will come. Yeah. It will come. Absolutely, it will come. So yeah. Is there any more questions?
There's loads of questions coming in.
Let's pick them fast here. Sorry if I've missed anyone. I'll come back to yours in a sec, Carol. One from Susan. Hi, Susan.
Hi, Sue.
So are there people that do not need to learn anything? Well, I'm kind of thinking...
The greats, the masters.
Yeah.
Absolutely. No, I don't actually. My true belief is no. I think everybody here has to learn something. You will have the few people who are absolutely at the top of their game. That sounds terrible. You'll have some people who are absolutely at the top and they literally only have small things to come back and learn. Now, I don't want to press on the idea too much, but you will sometimes find when children come into our lives for a very short time and they go again, it's something very little that they had to learn. It was just something extra. So they come and they go because what they needed is there and it's gone. But I don't want to press on that because I know that can get a bit emotional with some people and things. But yeah, I do know everybody has to learn. There's always, life is a lesson. There's always lessons to learn. Nobody knows everything. No one is knowledgeable to everything. There's always, you can learn something from everything. Absolutely.
Great question.
Even
touching the earth plane and going back, that's
lesson in itself. Absolutely. Yeah.
A great question here from Carol. Do guides tell you what illnesses or the site of pain your clients are suffering from?
Yeah, they absolutely do. They do. So again, I'll have to be careful for client confidentiality in that. But a patient come in the other day, literally. So I can do a bit of massage, and then they'll literally just hide me in, and they'll hold my hands over it, and you almost get like a warm sensation as to where I need to stop. Okay, so this is where the problem is. Now, sometimes there's information that I shouldn't know, so my guides won't tell me, I won't hear. And there's other times where they'll explain to me, like, don't do this or do this, or absolutely I'm so fortunate, and I know I'm fortunate, but they'll kind of explain to me what's going on, within a little, so I can use my spiritual stuff alongside with what I'm doing. So yeah, 9 times out of 10, I can go straight to the pain point. I can not tell you what the problem is because I'm not a doctor and I'm not allowed to do that. I will say I'm not allowed to diagnose anything, absolutely not, but I can certainly give you an idea of what the issue is, or etc., that kind of thing, if that answers your question, if that helps.
Yeah, brilliant. Let me just, there's another one here. Another one from Sean Louise, which is a great one. Hi, Sean.
Hi, Sean.
Okay. I'm going glasses on.
I'm going for a spiritual awakening.
Yeah.
Currently, when spirit talk to you, do you hear them in your own voice or their voice?
Their voice.
Yeah.
Which is why it gets really, really confusing. Because I think if I heard it in my own voice, then I would just, I don't know, probably accept it different. But this is where you can be standing in a shop and there's absolutely no one behind you, and you hear a voice and you're like, and you turn around and there's nobody there. It's that direct, and I do hear the voices. Sometimes when I do readings, that can overspill because I'll come out with words I've said or accents they use. I don't obviously sound like them, but things like that do come out. But I hear them, not as me. So again, I class myself as very fortunate.
Awesome. There's more. They're coming in thick and fast here. We've got another one here. Where is it? Oh, heck yeah. A good one from Donna.
Yep. Hi, Donna.
Hi, Donna. Can a person sense when something bad is going to happen?
My personal belief is yes, you can. Absolutely. If you haven't even got necessarily be to an intuitive person to do that, you feel it. And the one thing I will say to anybody is always trust your gut instinct. So if your gut instinct says don't do it because whatever reason, don't do it. Always trust your gut, because your gut is always right before your mind. Your gut comes before your mind and your heart every single time. So yeah, is my answer to that. You kind of get butterflies and you think, oh, I've not got a good feeling about this. Walk away. Don't do it. Absolutely trust your gut. yes, you can absolutely sense anything.
Yeah.
We talked about this last night because I worked with a group of mediums on a Tuesday evening, and we were talking about this very thing, this very subject. And I had a few difficult readings of late where I was told difficult situations for the person I was sitting for. But you kind of have to trust with the information you're getting. But then there's also a professional ethics at play here.
Yeah.
You know, can you imagine if you told someone, oh, by the way, your partner's having an affair, you know, and you got it wrong. Can you imagine that? You know?
Yeah, I think that's kind of your own self-discipline as well as a medium.
Absolutely.
I think that's your own self-discipline and knowing what to say and how you say things, because
How you word it, yeah.
Personally, I wouldn't outrightly say anything like that. I work with light, so I ask for the good things. Yes, I see bad things that are coming. Do I sit and tell you that? Not necessarily. I would probably word it to you in a way that you could make your own mind up. You could make your own decisions about what I'm trying to say. But absolutely, how you word things is paramount in what we do. Absolutely paramount.
Another one for Carol, and you might be able to help her with this one. I usually get a gut instinct, a feeling of doom. Carol, can you give us a little bit more on that? Does that mean about life in general or certain situations? I'm kind of thinking, okay. What if someone specifically asks you a hard question? There's two things there, Carol. So if somebody asked you that very question, you know.
So if someone, a hard question, are we going with that one? Is someone?
Yeah, go for that one.
Specifically ask you a hard question. I will answer like I just sort of explained. I would answer it the best way I possibly could. I'd like to think that I have a way of being able, especially with my counselling and things, that's where all my skills then come into one. I like to think I have a way of being able to explain things to somebody. What I say isn't always going to be what people want to hear, but I would just try and word it. You know, I wouldn't hold anything back, but I would just try and word it in a way that it wasn't negative, because you've always got to take the positive from a negative. So I always work with that process. Yeah. Whenever there's a negative, there's always, even if it's just one positive to come from it. So I would work with that prospect and work it like that, basically. So I would answer a hard question, but I would do it in a very different diplomatic way.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it normally becomes relevant within the conversation or something that the sitter is saying to you. So, yeah, it can be a difficult one, though. That is a difficult subject to get your head around, that one. So we've run out of questions, guys. What is going on here? It's normally flowing and flowing. But, yeah.
So tell us about your journey more, Tasha. Like, I know you mentioned the mediumship and everything, but what makes you sort of tick and how you come across and how you portray yourself, kind of thing?
I think, I come across quite jovial. So basically in my work, I can go from jovial to serious in seconds, literally split a second, because I can. The way I'm quite a jovial person, because there's just so much negative in life that I just believe in trying to make things positive, and the way you present yourself is positive. And if you come across positive, you make someone else feel positive and happy and upbeat. Yeah. That's how I see it. Some people can just go, oh, she's a bit leery. I'm really, really not. I'm very, very down to earth. I love what I do with a passion. I'm very passionate about what I do. I'm very passionate about the people that I look after. I just like to make the best of everything. Like I say, whatever there's a negative, there's always a positive. Sometimes it's really hard to find, but you have to pull on that positive. And that is something I like to try and teach people as well.
Got some great questions coming back in. We've not really talked much about the parapsychologist stuff as well.
That's all right. You hurt my brain.
Another thing that we need to talk about. But here we go. Okay, we've got... we're going really, really quick. Michelle. Hi, Michelle. I believe you're new to the show. I'm not sure. Have you ever been visited by someone that has died in your dreams?
Absolutely. You can have visitations. So visitation dreams are the best because you wake up and they're so real and you can feel every emotion, and it's almost like you've been with that person. You can feel the hand, the smells, the everything, and that to me is like a true visitation when you feel every part of it. You can dream about people, but a true visitation is literally feeling every emotion, like I say, the smells that are, you felt their hand, or absolutely all of that. Absolutely. And it's lovely. And those people tend to come when things are difficult, times are a bit hard. You tend to find they'll jump in for a bit of support. Especially if you're thinking about them a lot and you're projecting that image out there a lot, you'll tend to find they'll come just to give you comfort. Now, they don't always talk. Sometimes they're just letting you know they're there to make you aware, just to make you feel safe and secure, just to give you that little boost, that little bit of support. But yeah, absolutely, that happens a lot. I have strangers come to me in my dreams, which is strange, but it's okay. It's great. It's great. But absolutely, yes, people do come to you in your dreams. Yeah.
We're getting more questions coming in now, so that's good.
We have, okay, when you astral travel, this is from Heather again. When you astral travel, is there ever a risk that you can't get back in your body?
Okay, so if you watch really dodgy films on telly, yeah, that's what they'll portray all the time. But no, absolutely not. It's almost like it sounds really silly, but it's almost like you have a rope around yourself and, wait, so you're always guided back. And I trust my guides 1,000,000% that they would always bring me back. I know 100% that always return me to where I need to be because there's things I need to do. So I never fear that I'm not coming back. And I think that's probably a big part of it as well. I think you can watch these films and read some things in books and everything else. And I think that's not real. It's not real. You have to trust. You have to trust spirit, and you have to trust yourself working with spirit. And so, no, I don't ever fear that I'm not coming back. I've got too much to do here. There's always a pile of laundry.
Amy Partridge's mentioned guides. So well done, Paul. You got there.
Yeah, I was just about to. Yeah, hi, Amy. Great question. And who are they? Do you know who your guides are, Tash?
I know who some of them are. I'm not going to say who they all are because I do believe we have different guides come in and out at different stages to help us and teach us with different things. I do have, I have my spirit animal who's with me literally all the time. When I go up and do demonstrations, my spirit animal walks around my feet. And if this sounds silly, but if my spirit animal doesn't sit, then something's not right, and then I don't work. But if she can circle around and she sits, then I know it's all good and we're good to go and everything's in place and it's where it's meant to be. That sounds really crazy, but it's really true and it's really real. So I have my spirit animal around me all the time. And I have various different guides. So I have one who comes in and helps me with sort of my health practitioner side of stuff. I have spirit guides who come in and help me with spirit things. I have random people kind of come in. Tends to be what level I'm at in life to what guides I've got coming in.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Big subject, isn't it? Another one we could probably talk about just on the guides.
Yeah,
okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Great question. Excuse me, from Maria. Hi, Maria. 2 of my family members both said they wouldn't make it to their 40th birthday, and they didn't. Can you explain this? That's a tough one, Tash.
That is a very, very tough one. And so someone's going to now see this is spirit, see what's happened here. Someone said, what do you do when you get a hard question? I just got one. Okay. So, I don't know. See, it's very hard. Sometimes people just know. They do just know. What we have to be very careful of is that we don't manifest things ourselves, because if you say something enough, you will make it happen. I'm not saying that's what happened in this situation at all. But sometimes we can manifest things, and other times we can just know. It is just intuition. We just know. Everybody. That's not just mediums. That is everybody in the world. Yeah. You all have that gut feeling. You all just know. And maybe they did know. Maybe they were higher up the realms, so that they knew that they were only coming for a short time. Maybe they were just higher angels, if you like, if you want to. I'll call them that because it sounds nicer. But maybe they were just higher up the realm.
Did you watch that Surviving Death on Netflix, Tash?
No.
Because it kind of feels
on Netflix.
No, there was a real good series called Surviving Death, and it's worth a watch. If you do get some time to yourself. I know you've got lots of children, husband, and businesses that you run. You're a very busy lady, but if you can, honestly, it's really worth a watch. The first episode, there was I think she was, I can't remember if she was a doctor or consultant, and she's not really into this kind of thing, but she was on a canoeing holiday and she died for about 12 minutes.
Yeah.
But while she was in that experience, they said to her, your son, I can't remember if he was even born at that time, but they said your son will die when he's 18.
Yeah.
Okay, so she actually told him as well when he was 17.
Yeah, that's right.
I know, which I'm thinking to myself, how do you deal with that? But he didn't die when he was 18, but he did die, bless him, when he was 19. So, you know, is there a higher purpose to this? Why they told him to prepare himself? Who knows? But
was it to prepare her as opposed to him?
I'm not sure that I would have discussed it with him, because, you know, that could have put fear in his heart. I mean, as it was, the lad lived life to the full, and that's how he died. I think it was a skiing accident.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
So yeah, that's another thing, avoiding fear. But that was a great question, that one. We got them coming in thick and fast.
We've got loads now.
We really have. Annabelle, hi, Annabelle. Hi. Can you have visitation dreams from animals? True story. I lost my cat, and on All Souls night, I had a really real dream with him. It was really comforting.
Absolutely. We're all energy. We're all living souls. Whether you're an animal, whether you're a plant, whether you're a human being, absolutely. Of course, they can come to you. 100%. I've many animals come through in readings and things like that. There's absolutely no reason why they wouldn't come and comfort you at night time. Absolutely not. 100%. That is what is happening. You know, I don't doubt that for 1 second. If you feel the comfort, take it. Acknowledge it. You know, acknowledge it so they know they've been acknowledged, and they'll come back even more.
Yeah, absolutely. That's brilliant. Okay, so many coming in now.
Yeah, loads now.
I'm sorry if I miss anybody, by the way. Here we go. We've got Ali. Hi, Ali. Welcome back. I think that is what fears me, as and when I have someone in bed with you. If they move or you move your body, it would cause problems.
Right, let me just read that again. What?
Yeah, I was reading that thinking,
sorry, Ali.
It's probably the way I said it.
I think that is what fears me. As when you have someone in bed with you, if they move or move your body, it could cause problems. Are we talking about the moving again, or are we talking about astral travel?
I think when spirits in bed, like a physical.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I've had a few experiences where a spirit have got in bed with me.
Yeah, so have I.
Had their arms around you, and you're like, really?
Yeah.
So
it's quite scary sometimes, though. So yeah.
Especially when my door opened and I heard someone come in. Next thing I know, I felt the bed go down. I thought it was my son or my daughter. And then next thing I know, I could feel the arm and the leg go around me, which was a bit strange. Then I looked down, like, that's not my children. That's interesting.
Okay. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it was.
So Ali's just come back and said yes. So what she meant was, is that an issue when you're in bed with somebody else and you're doing your astral travel? No, I don't really think it is, because they're not moving me out of my bed. They're not moving me out of my position. As long as I'm still there in my bed, in my place, then absolutely not. And to be fair, my husband sleeps right over the other side, so it never worries me anyway. So no, if that was what you were trying to ask, people move me or knocks, bumps, anything whilst I'm in that state, absolutely, it is fine. I don't see that as a problem. I've never had any issues with that at all. So I don't see that as a problem.
You got another one from Carol Phillips here as well.
Yeah, guys, I've had about 15, 20. So if you've had a few questions already, I'm going to try and skip a few because time's going really, really fast. Is one, I don't think Bethany's asked a question.
Bethany. Hi, Bethany.
Hi, Bethany. What is your opinion on the difference between an energy and an entity, please?
Brilliant question.
You could argue no difference.
I was then going to say the same thing. To be fair, that would be my answer. To be fair, because everything is energy. So to me, there isn't a difference between energy and entity. There's a difference between the type of entities that you can deal with, absolutely. But the basis of it is it's all energy. We are all energy. Everything is energy. So my answer to that is no, there isn't a difference. That is.
And here comes, you might know this lady, I'm not sure. Michelle Green.
Right. I had a dream of. Read it out to me. I had a dream about my nan who passed. She never spoke, but her message was very clear, and she was surrounded by a bright light. Well, that's lovely. As long as you got the message that she was trying to pass on. They don't always have to speak. Sometimes they will just show you. Sometimes it is just the comfort that you need to get you through a hard or bad situation. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think that's lovely, and cherish that. That's lovely.
Yeah, awesome. So I'm just trying to go. Which one I should go? I'll go for Lucy.
Lucy, yeah.
Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy.
I don't know if this is your thing, but I have had a rough few months and took myself to the coast yesterday where I found a hagstone. I have tied it around my neck for protection.
Well, I think that's lovely, but I don't actually know what hagstone is. So no, I can't help you with that one, I'm afraid. No. Obviously it's some
you
form
could
of
educate
protection.
us on that, Lucy. I don't know
Yeah.
what
Please
no,
do.
clearly something to do with earth energy and crystals potentially.
Very probably.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't answer that.
And possibly synchronicity as well, to be fair to Lucy.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something significant about help, and it could be something like that. Sorry, we couldn't be any more enlightening on that, Lucy. Let me just see if I can scroll down. My voice is going a bit dodgy.
It's a witch's stone. Ooh.
I missed that. Where's that?
It says April's just at the bottom there. Oh, okay. It's a witch's stone. Lovely. Well, then keep it. Absolutely wear it for protection, and hopefully that will guide you out of the rough patch that you do feel you're in. But just remember also to put your mindset into that, because it is your mindset that is going to carry you forward. You can have all the protection from all the stones and all the crystals. It's what I work with, so I'm not taking any of it away, but you have to have the right mindset to work with the crystals and the stones that you carry, because that's the energy that you're putting back into it. What you put in is what you'll get out. That's my advice with that.
Yeah.
If that's all right. Sorry.
Got one from Jennifer as well, haven't we? Paul.
No, just a stone with a hole in the middle that you can see the other world through the hole. Okay, thanks for that. Jennifer as well.
Hi, Jennifer.
Okay, I'll come back to you in a sec, Lucy. She's explained it as well. So, Jennifer, you say that.
I'm getting confused now. There's too many messages.
But if they talk to you and you are out of your body, you might have to return quickly.
You need to explain that a bit better. You say that if they talk to you and you're out of your body.
It's so difficult, isn't it, having the interaction when you can't have someone at face to face?
Yeah, absolutely. You tend to see, the thing is, when you're in that state and you're outside looking in, or you're outside away, if somebody talks to you, you follow their voice, you're guided back in. But it isn't like if someone shouted at me, like, so if my husband was then talking to me, I would follow his voice and come back, but it wouldn't shock me in a point that I'd go and shock me back into an awake state. I would follow that voice back, and I would come back gently and slowly, and absolutely like that. If that kind of answers, I'm not really sure what you mean with your question, but that would be how I'd answer that, to the best.
Just quickly on a quick point, we're getting a few spammers tonight. Thanks for everyone who's letting us know. Katie's in the background working hard to try to block the spammers. So Melanie, Melanie, the medium's been blocked. So okay, I never know why people do that, because if you can't get enough work, you shouldn't be spamming people.
No, I'm professional, isn't it, Paul?
Really? Okay, going back to Lucy. Oh, sorry, Tasha, I've wiped you out again. Hagstones, also called holy stones, hold stone, fairy stones, Odin stone, spindle.
Wow.
Oh gosh, there's so much protection, healing, and the ability to see. Yeah, awesome.
Well, how lovely that you found that. I think that is, like you say, that was.
Well, we learned something tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely. See, we're all eternal students. There's always something to learn.
Go.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay. Hi, Julie.
Hi, Julie. That's a good question as well.
On Friday, yeah. Another question from Julie.
Okay, so I can answer this one. I can read this one. Right. So I'm not going to say they've tried to possess me, because I don't like that idea. I don't like that. Okay, so yes, I've had attachments. I can get. I've had sort of energies that have attached themselves to me. And I'm quite lucky that, Paul has helped me on occasions to get rid of some of those attachments, because sometimes it is a bit hard to get rid of them on your own. Absolutely, you can have a more negative attachment, but I'm not going to say possessed, because that's not something I believe. Trance work, you don't have possessions. At the end of the day, you're in control of your body, your soul, and your aura. It is all down to you. I don't believe you can be possessed. No, again, that's something I think you read in books and see in movies. They make great movies. I'm not going to knock that, but I don't believe it's something that can really happen. No.
Yeah, it's that whole Hollywood thing again, isn't it?
That's my belief. That's not to say I'm right or wrong, because at the end of the day, who is right and wrong in the world? But that's just my belief.
Whereas to possess is to be a possession of, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Terminology again.
Great question coming in here from Amy.
Can anyone be a medium? Do you know what the truth? The way right? Absolutely is the answer. Everybody has the intuitive skill. Everybody has the inside knowledge. We all come from light. We are all the same. We are all the same being. So yes, absolutely. If you tune in and I say listen and learn, it's trust in yourself and trust in your guides and learn how you work with your guides. But absolutely, of course, absolutely everyone. We every single body, every single person in the world has the ability. They absolutely do.
We're also coming up to messages time. Guys, if you want to like, love and share, if you want to message, let us know as well, because we obviously don't want to come to you if you don't want to message. I know some people come on here just like to watch what we do. Yeah. There is a couple more questions.
Michelle.
Michelle?
Hi, Michelle.
Oh, again, it's a bit similar to the question we had earlier. There's been so many. There has been so many. To be fair, I think one of the most
that for you.
Yeah, go on then.
I know you so well. Well, it's Mary Magdalene stuff.
Oh, yeah, very probably. But I'm not going to go into that. That's quite personal. No. So I'm not going to go into that on here.
That's really powerful, isn't it?
Yeah. So again, sort of a bit. Okay. So the most powerful experience to me was, absolutely. Paul is probably right. It's sort of something from past life that came through and came up, and it was quite a big thing. But again, that's personal to me. So it's not something I share out, because that was kind of personal. Paul just knows because he was there at the time. Yeah, absolutely. That was probably the most moving, powerful thing ever. Was this past life thing that came through. That was amazing.
Yeah. Awesome. Have we got any more?
You got attachments from Stephanie.
Oh yeah, last one then. Last question quickly. This is from Hi Stephanie. Hope you're well. Stephanie. With attachments, they can come and go or stay until you get rid.
See, the thing is, right? I would say you would have to get rid of them. They're not just going to disappear. But it's mentally knowing, because a lot of people walk around not even knowing they have an attachment. And you can see things and feel that, a lot of empaths will go, they can see it and feel it. Absolutely, it is something you need to have shifted. If you know you've got one, then absolutely, see somebody who can help clear that, whether it be a medium, someone who realigns your chakras or cleanses your aura, whatever you need to have done. But I do believe, yes, you do need help. I needed help, look at everything I do, but Paul still had to help me when I was in that situation with an attachment. So yes, never be afraid of asking for that help either, because it happens. It does just happen.
Oh, apparently Carol's saying we're frozen, so I'm really sorry if we're frozen, guys. Hopefully we're not. It's all looking okay here. Facebook. Yes, Facebook is still saying that we're live. So it might be your side, Carol. Sorry about that. Hopefully, okay. Hi, Helen. She's saying she can still great.
Yeah, we're still.
Yeah, it's been absolutely great interviewing you, Tasha, and we'd love to have you back on again, because we didn't even talk about the parapsychology stuff,
you didn't, did you?
I will drop in that you've got a degree in that, haven't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So I am quite clever behind all of this,
Yeah. Okay. And I just want to say thank you from both myself and Anthony before we upset you and make you do
Thanks,
messages.
Tasha.
I mean, ask
No,
you.
I'm not
Do you
doing
want to?
messages
We
this
don't want to
evening.
force
No,
you.
the messages are yours this evening. I mean, I'm happy if anyone wants to send me a message and come for a reading, absolutely, 100%. But no, I'm going to watch you two in your little magic world.
Oh, gutted. I was
Very
hoping you were going to
good magic
showcase.
world.
Yeah, I was hoping you're going to showcase. Well, we're going to try and get out as many as we can in like 5 to 7 minutes, because we want to try and touch as many people as we can in terms of, you know, loved ones and connections with those that are sitting at home. Try and bring some messages of hope and etc. So,
Do you want me to give you one quick message?
Go on, Em.
Go on then.
Are we doing messages now? Because I don't know who this is for, and I certainly can't keep up all them names on the side.
Rachel's going to put the messages up on screen when they come in.
Okay.
So we'll keep up with it.
I'll just give you this one. This is a really quick message, and I'm only doing one. But this is someone, I don't know who this is, but it's a lady I've got here talking to me called Gloria. And I don't know who the message is for because I can't keep up with the names. But this lady is called Gloria. I'm going to say she's about 5'2", 5'3". She's how can you put this politely? She's of a larger built lady, very top heavy. Bless her heart. I know how that feels. Right. She is she's got short hair, but a very bubbly lady. This lady has 2 dogs with her as well. 2 little dogs. And I don't know who this is going to, but the message that basically she's trying to get across is I don't think she passed that long ago. And I think the message she's trying to say is that it's okay. She's there. She's safe. And she's with these dogs. These dogs are with her. And there's something about a new grandchild, a new child. There's a new, not a grandchild, but maybe it would have been her. I don't know the situation, but there's a new baby around that sit behind with this lady as well. There's a new baby coming in. And she's just trying to explain about that.
Is this mum then? Is this a mum?
Well, this person I've got is Gloria. She's talking to a girl. I can feel she's talking. I feel like, yeah, she's talking to her daughter. That's what it feels like. So that is definitely what I'm feeling. It's definitely the maternal side, talking to a daughter. So yeah, there's Gloria. All I can give you is the Gloria, the dogs, a height. But she really just, because this is, when I say fresh, time is an illusion with those guys, with everything. But yeah. I'm going to say, you know, it's sort of within the last year that this has happened. But she's okay and she's settled, and that's what's important. That's the message she wants to get across. Because I think sometimes the daughter is struggling with that a little bit. Yeah, but she's okay. She's safe. She's okay. She's not in pain, and she's got her little dogs back. She's back with her dogs. So I hope that can make sense to somebody. But I just had to give that because that's what she's given me in my ear. So I hope someone can make sense of that somehow, somewhere. But yeah, that's what I can give you. So sorry. Yeah, I'm not doing anymore.
Sorry, because some people are new to the show tonight as well. So we should say, when we work, guys, if you're listening and you feel this information is for you, let us know. Just say, you know, and obviously if you don't want us to work with you, just let us know as well. But we really appreciate your feedback as quick as possible, because it helps us to connect with the person, that we're not just going off on a tangent. We really like to connect that person.
I do that.
It is worth also just kind of waiting to see what else other information comes in, because sometimes we can take it and don't understand. So we'll come to you anyway, and we'll ask if anyone understands the connection. So, mate, did you want to go first?
I don't mind either way, mate.
I don't mind.
Okay, I've got a lady. I'm made aware of a lady who, when she presents herself to me, I feel like mum. It looks very curly hair, really ringlets. Like we're going to say ringlets, but really curly hair, like bushy hair to here, but quite thick hair as well. As she comes into my awareness, I do feel that she would have had glasses, but I don't feel that she would have worn them all the time. But she's making me feel that she would have wear them, but they're quite big, circular ones, like big frames that I can see. I feel this lady is quite a colourful character. When I say colourful character, it's not only the clothes she wears, but also the way she presents herself to, as well as she talks to me. She is mentioning daughter, but she also is mentioning the son as well. So I believe this lady in spirit is talking about 2 of her children that are not young, let's say, but they're not old either. So that's not a cop out. But I want to say that her children are probably in their 50s now. But she's talking about the son and the daughter. She's making me aware that the daughter's listening on here tonight, but the son isn't. All right. But she is also making me aware also, as she comes in, she's very, very like a little miss. I just want to give her the nickname of Little Miss Chatterbox because she's talking at 100 miles an hour. And if anyone can take this information or they feel that this lovely lady is coming in for them, please don't hesitate to type in the comment box on the screen. That would be lovely to know that you are taking this message. This lady's wearing looks like quite a baggy kind of blouse, but very bright in colours. Is it not you again, Heather? Definitely like very colourful, but what she's wearing, it looks like a lot of flowery colours and even the flowery patterns. It does remind me when I look at the backdrop on our StreamYard backdrop there with leaves and flowers and things like that as it's coming in. She is cracking jokes as well. I do feel this lady's got quite a good sense of humour, and I really feel like I want to belly laugh when this lady's telling jokes as well, because I really feel like my stomach is aching with this lady when she makes me laugh. That's how my reaction would be if okay, Heather, that's absolutely fine. Looks like I thought an hour and a half was enough the other day, but here we go again. Absolutely fine. She is making me aware of flowers. I don't know. And she's also talking about a nursery. Now, not a nursery for children, a nursery for flowers. So I did laugh deep down. Okay, that's fine. Can you understand other people laughing and finding her funny as well? By being funny, her mannerisms as well, like I feel she's a bit of a center of attention, this lady as well. I feel she would have used her hands a lot when she talked, and also she loved flowers. Okay, lovely. She's also talking about, I'm going back, she's told me off because I didn't finish what I was saying. So I do feel she's a bit of a perfectionist, this lady. She likes things just so. But I do want to say, I'm going to put my head on the block here, and if I am with you, Heather, that's absolutely fine. But have you been to a nursery or a garden centre in the last few days and bought a new shrub or something that you would put in the garden? This is not in a plant pot. Yes, talk with her hands. That's why I want to do this. I feel like I'm Italian or something, but I know she isn't Italian, but I want to talk like with my hands like this. But she's saying about this shrub or this plant. She is shouting out camellia as well. So I feel that there's something to do with plants, names of plants. They look like they've got 16 letters long, some of these plants. And I just feel that I'm really into it as well. Oh, a new water feature. All right, new plant and water. Okay, so she's talking about that for you, Heather. So I believe it's for you in your garden. She's not talking about her garden as well. She's also talking about a wheelchair as well. I don't feel this is to do with her, but she's talking about the friend of yours needing to be in a wheelchair. So whether it's this to do with ankles or knees or leg problems as well. She loved camellia soap. Okay, maybe the flowers with the soap then. Absolutely fine. But can you take the wheelchair? Because you're talking about a lady not in the spirit world, on the physical, but in a wheelchair, someone you would have known. She's saying you need to pick up the phone and speak to her. There's a bit of loneliness going on there as well. Absolutely fine. And she's also talking about a brooch as well, Heather. There's something to do with a brooch. Something, I feel this brooch is either hers or she passed it down to you, or something to do with a brooch you would wear. But she's saying you've just started to think about wearing it or wanting to go out on a social thing. I know we can come out of lockdown and do more stuff soon. So there's something about an event, going out, getting dressed up, that kind of thing. Yes, an aunt, not heard from an aunt. Oh, okay, brilliant, absolutely fine. But if you can take the brooch, it's a blue colour, and I feel it's like a bit of mother of pearl in there or something like that. Got her brooch, thanks very much. And I do feel it's got like one of these long clips that you put through some clothing, and you just clip it on, have it on one side. Got all of her jewellery. Thanks ever so much, Heather. I'm going to leave that with you. Peace to you. Your turn.
Well, that was great, mate. That was really great. Really great. So, okay. Good message, bud. Blue brooch with blue stones. Awesome.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay. So, I've got a gentleman stepping into my energy here. And, okay. I do feel he's not alone. I feel there's a woman with him as well that feels like a nan. But I feel this gentleman, I know this gentleman because I've just heard him say it. He would have passed with a heart attack. So if you could listen up here, because I could be coming to you. I'm not even sure. It might even be you, Tash. Who knows? But I've got a gentleman here because he tells me he's a builder. I know he would have been a builder, or certainly outdoors, because he is tanned. And he would have been outside a lot. And I know he would have passed with a heart attack. I also feel he's making me aware of an open space. And I feel what he's saying to me, that there was, I'm not sure whether he developed houses and from fresh, like brand new houses. And that's a strange thing to say. But there's a piece of land that I felt that was adjacent as well to the property. Either he talked about developing. I kind of want to make you aware of I feel it's his mum actually that would have been in spirit already. I do feel he wasn't old when he passed over. I really feel that he was, I'm getting different names, so he's just trying to throw different names at me as well. I also feel he would put his hand to anything. It wasn't just a brickie. I feel like he would build things, fences, put fences up, be a jack of all trades, being able to turn his hand to everything. And I can feel big hands with him, and I kind of feel him stepping in. I also know that he's got blue eyes because he's showing me his eyes. I do feel he was in his 50s when he passed over. I don't want to go really into 60s, but if he did, it was early 60s. I'm sorry to be a bit vague on that, but I kind of feel there was a lot more life left in him. I do know he used to like a drink with the fellas. I've also got it sounds like the name Billy, or he's trying to give me. I'm not sure if that's an associate, but no, it's not him. Also John, the name John. I keep hearing the name John as well. He's trying to give me. I don't know why, Tasha. I feel like I'm coming to you with this gentleman.
You possibly could be, yeah.
Because I also feel like he was a lovable rogue. That's what I want to say. That he always did the right thing in the end, and I want to get that through to you. But I don't think I don't feel he did himself any favors in terms of looking after himself. I feel like he drank and he had a poor diet, and I think lots of people told him. But this guy was so strong. He was so out there. That's how I feel with him. But I feel that was a front as well with him. If anyone else can take this, is fine. But I'm really sorry, Tash, but I'm feeling this.
No, that's fine. I can understand all of what you're saying. I just don't want to take it away from other people. But I can understand.
I can feel it in my solar plexus. I feel like I'm being drawn to you with this. There's also something about a helicopter, which is really weird. Did somebody land near his house?
Yeah, the air ambulance did,
Sorry?
The air ambulance landed out near his house, in the field next to us, outside his house, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm seeing the helicopter landing. There's something about his helicopter as well. Forgive me for saying though, I feel like he was gone.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was already gone when they got here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Would you understand his mother being in spirit?
I wouldn't have known his mum, but she would have definitely been over there. Yeah.
Okay, because I feel his mother was stepping in behind him.
Yes, Michelle is the answer.
Okay. I also, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can do this. He's also making me aware of the church. I'm not saying anything more about that. That's not out there yet. And he's making me laugh about this. I know this is definitely for you, Tash. He's also making me aware. Well, who'd have thought it? Who'd have thought that you'd be doing something like that? And it is very private. I'm not going to announce it live on here. Who'd have thought it? So, and he's making me laugh about that. I also, I still want to have a drink. Like when this is over, I want to go and have a pint. You know, I kind of feel that with him. Do you understand why I'm drinking? I'm still having a drink. If you tell me he wasn't a drinker, I'm having a pint.
That's what took him, love him. That's what took him in the end. So, yeah, he was a drinker. Definitely a drinker.
Okay, awesome. You understand the blue eyes with him as well, though?
Yeah.
The blue eyes, but they were a sparkle. But I kind of feel with his skin that he would have been out in the sun too long.
Yeah, he was always outside. So to be fair, he had kind of yellow skin because he drank so much. But yeah, he always worked outside, so he was always tanned. Yeah.
Well, do you understand the name John that links to him, though? There's something.
I do totally understand that. Yeah, John was one of the lads who worked. Right. So let me explain. The guy who you've got there worked with us.
Okay. So
and John worked with us as well, and that was his closest. He was very close to John.
Just gonna say, I feel like he's a brother. I feel like he's, my mate, my brother, and really, really close to me. Okay. I also just want to send. I also want to say hello to Ben. I also want to say hello to your partner. And I kind of feel, did he struggle with relationships and family? Because I feel like he's making me aware of a family around him, but not being able to connect with those very well when he was here, struggling with family and issues. Would you understand that? I don't want to bring up this gentleman's life on air, but would you understand the personal problem?
I get it. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, also, he just called you a rough diamond.
Fair enough.
So I'm going to leave his love with you.
Thank you.
And you never expected that come through tonight, girl, did you? You didn't expect that.
No. That would be what it'd say as well.
I'll leave his love with you.
Thank you.
Okay. Right, mate, over to you.
Is it Tasha's turn again?
No, your turn. You can't give a reading after I've had a reading.
The other thing, Tasha, this is the first time, actually. I think you've given me one, Anthony, before, haven't you?
Yeah, once, yeah.
Yeah, but is it his anniversary? Is it coming up around the time he passed? Oh, okay. Yeah. That's why he comes. That's really common. People do that. They come close around the time of their anniversary and passing.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, guys. Okay, mate, over to you.
Okay, I feel I've got a gentleman with me. He comes in very sort of, well, not hard, but very a rough kind of exterior, like rough kind of character as well. Now, when I say rough, I feel that he's had a bit of a hard life, and I feel that he's he don't suffer fools either, if that's the right saying. I do feel this gentleman's got a bit of a London accent as well. I do feel I'm pulled around the outskirts of London as well. I am getting pulled towards the areas of Romford and Dagenham. That's Essex, I know, but we're still getting pulled on the outskirts of London as well. And I do feel that this guy used to go in and out of London, but didn't travel far afield or live a long way away from he was always close to London itself. I am really pulled towards this man. I do feel that he was on his own when he passed. And I am really pulled towards his house. I feel lonely with it. This man's given me this feeling of loneliness and a feeling of this feeling of despair. It's not really could be father-in-law. Okay, I'm just going to keep going with this, Lou, a little bit more, but that's absolutely fine if you can take that already. I feel this feeling of despair with this man. I feel like I'm very independent, man, and I want to do everything on my own. And he would get a little bit grumpy. I'm going to be polite and use that word. Rather than letting people help him, he'd want to do things on his own. But I do feel that he needed help towards the end of his life. Okay, Joe, that's fine. I feel he wanted help towards the end of his life because everything was shutting down physically. His health was just shutting down, and at the end of the day, he had to let people help him because he couldn't help himself. That's the feeling I get. I do feel that this gentleman's got a sister as well. So I don't know, Joe and Lou, if you can take the sister. Now Lou can. Okay. And would you understand, Lou, that he has a sister or he has got a sister? Because he's talking about the sister. I can get one no. I'm allowed one no. Are you still saying yes? No, not me. Okay. Yeah. The other person who mentioned whoever that was.
Maybe Joe then. Maybe Joe Turner.
Joe, can you understand the sister that would have belonged to this gentleman? I'm going to wait a little bit.
So I can fill that in for you. Sorry, Joe, because sometimes it can be a lag on here. I know Joe's got sisters.
His sister.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so I'm just going to wait a little bit. You don't know. Okay. So he's referring to the sister, and he's making me aware that this lady known as sister is also considered as lonely or something. It's something to do with being alone in her head. Now, whether that's something to do with depression or anything like that, I'm going to use Tasha's words and also say that I'm not a doctor, but I do feel at the same time that he's also making me aware of his feelings when he was alive, giving me the sense of understanding that this lady is also suffering like how he did when he was alive. So there's a feeling of despair or needing some kind of counseling or help in some degree. So if you don't know this, just take this on board, one of you, because this is what he's making me feel. He's also making me aware of like this musty smell around his house. Now, if you can understand this, then this will clinch it, because it smells to me like, without being horrible, old man smell. All right, or that dusty smell that you would get off clothes that have been in a wardrobe too long. It's that kind of smell, like dust balls or that kind of smell. I'm not being horrible to the man, but that's what I'm getting, that kind of smell. And I just feel that there was some kind of carers that were needed to support him towards the end of his life, whether they came into his house or he went to them. I just really feel that this man was struggling quite a bit. I do feel that there was something to do with him passing in the house. So whether he was alone when he passed or whether he was found in the house. So I just need a bit of confirmation on that before I continue with this man, because he's coming across very stubborn but very assertive as well. So he's been assertive, wanting an answer from one of you as well. So that's absolutely fine. He's also putting a pint of ale. I feel it's ale rather than lager in my hand as well. So, and I do smell cigarettes with this man, but he's saying that he didn't smoke all his life. He's saying he stopped after a certain period of time, and he's patting himself on the back because he said, I did well giving up, because that was one of the hardest things he did. Thank you, Joe. I got an answer and he got an answer. I'm not being rude, but I feel this man could be rude. All right. So if I'm just feel I'm taking on his mannerisms a little bit. But it's like he's making me aware that if he said something to someone, he was actually trying to help or be himself. Some people got him confused and thought he was not a very nice man, or a bit blunt or a bit rude, when that's not how he felt in the way he came across. That's how other people thought he was. And also, can you understand a stick with this man as well? I feel that I need a stick, or because I feel that my balance is going, or my head's a bit swimmy. So, and he is also mentioning medication that he was on as well, that's making him not feel that great as well. He's also making me feel that he's quite an intelligent man, and I feel that he knows a lot. He could tell a life story, that kind of thing as well. So, where are we? Oh, okay, that's someone else. Father-in-law stopped smoking, did have nurses. Brilliant. Okay, and Lou, can you understand passing at home as well? If you can take all that, something to do with passing at home as well, and he was intelligent. Okay, I feel like I'm with you, Lou, because he's putting a newspaper in front of me and he's talking about broadsheets as well. Very intelligent. That's fine. I feel that I'm reading a lot as well. I want to read. He's putting books. He's putting newspapers. I wouldn't even be surprised if it's a magazine as well. At hospital, okay, right, okay, that's fine. I can take one no then. I'm going to leave that information with you, but to be honest, Lou, I wouldn't mind working with this man with you, because he's got loads to say. So if you do want a one-to-one reading, do give me a message. But that's not me touting for business. That's just him. I feel he's chatting all the time, but we've only got a certain amount of time. But I'm going to send his macho love and send it your way. All right, thanks a lot.
Awesome, well done, mate. Thank you. So, okay, I'm going to go straight away. So we do might be able to get two more. I don't know. We're certainly going to do. I'm going to do one. Tash, do you want to have another go?
I'm all right at the moment. I've just enjoyed listening to you both. To be honest, it's lovely. That's nice to listen to someone else doing it. It's lovely.
Okay. All right. Well, I've got 2 people coming in, and this lady won't leave me. I'm not sure if she's with this gentleman. So I'm going to kind of trying to work with both of them. But I've got the strongest one is a gentleman coming in, and he's very dominant man, very much a man's man. Great character, larger than life in when he was around, when he was here. I do also feel there was some shock with his passing, but I feel like it wasn't just heart attack. I feel there was some complications with his passing as well. I feel that there was, actually, I should say, he's just said, there was either mini strokes. There was something that led up to the heart attack. There was some confusion around that. I'm sorry to be a little bit woolly with that, but I do feel he's making me aware of the confusion around his passing. But I do know this man was larger than life. What's really important is giving me, I do feel there's a really strong Irish connection with him, because he's also taken me to the Temple Bar area, which I believe, is there a Temple Bar in London area? I don't know, but I've been to the Temple Bar in Dublin. So, and I do know there's an Irish connection with him. I also know that he would have loved rugby and potentially all sports, but mostly rugby, possibly golf as well, because I can feel a golfing connection, but I'm not sure if that's him, actually, somebody around him. But I keep getting this lady coming in alongside him. Now, she came in with the builder chap earlier, and I'm going to stand corrected because I thought they were together, but she's come back. She's very insistent, and she's not. And she's given me the name Doreen, but she's coming to the side. I do feel she's mum or grandmother to somebody here. Really strong. Also quite insistent. I also know I'm seeing sheepskin slippers on her. Okay, I'm seeing her wearing quite a woolly cardigan, and it's a pink cardigan as well. And I've got... I don't know why I've got this. And when you said earlier the description of your lady that you had with you, Auntie, that came in, she also would have had a little bit of a wave and quite round spectacles for this lady. Yeah. And because she's here with me here, and she's just trying to get my attention as well. But I'm not sure if the two connect. I want to work with the gentleman and bring the father through as well, because I do feel his father here. I also know, I don't know why he's giving me this. I keep hearing the name Joyce or Joy as well. And I got the name Doreen, Joyce or Joy. I mean, I'm not even on the comments, so I can't even see who's coming through with this. If you understand these two people, I do feel the lady's name, it feels like the lady's name is Doreen, because she keeps coming in to the side of me and she keeps poking me. Yes, there's somebody here she's trying to get through to, and she's really quite insistent. With this lovely lady, I do feel she would have passed with cancer. Okay, and honestly, Tash, if you can take this,
come back to me again.
Would you understand Doreen as a mother? Doreen, because she came in with the builder at first, but she stood to one side, and she's still here now. Well, the gentleman has gone that came in with you, but I'm thinking to myself, surely she hasn't. I can possibly take this. What can you take, the gentleman or the other lady? If the name is Dorothy, then I'm going to scream, because it sounds like she's saying Doreen. Okay. It's Doris. She's really, really insistent. Okay. And would you understand the tissues up her sleeve and in her pockets? Okay. I also feel with this lady, because she's kind of jumping in front of this gentleman here. The lady Diane. Okay. Not sure what that means. I'm just going to keep going. I do feel really quite insistent in trying to get my point across, and I do feel she would have made a point. She would have said with her finger, you know, you are going to listen to me, and if you're not going to listen to me, I'm going to tell you what I think until you listen to me. But yes, she was quite forthright, but there was also quite a sensitive side to this lady, because I can feel that with her. She's making me feel very aware of her sensitivity. Okay, I also feel there's I'm seeing a ginger tomcat, but I'm seeing a ginger cat with her as well. And yeah, okay. I just feel the message here is quite unusual for her. So I'm hoping, if this is for you, Sally, or for you, Alison, she's just telling me that the time is right. So obviously this is quite personal, because she's not telling me any more details, but she's telling me for you the time is right. Okay, move now. So whatever, if you one of you ladies can understand this, I want to give this message for her. The other thing is she keeps poking me with a brolly as well. She really is trying to get my attention. Okay, she's quite funny. She's got a great sense of humor. Okay, I've just heard the name Hughes as well that she's just given me. The name Hughes. If you understand the name Hughes, that links in here as well. I don't know why oh gosh, this could be a joke actually. Is your washing machine broken? Because then she went on to show me a washing machine. I know Hughes electrical, so maybe I misheard that. So is the washing machine broken? Would you understand the washing machine playing up? Because I'm getting this with her as well. And I don't know why, but this lady, she's also making me feel towards the end of her life, there was difficulty in her gripping things. There was lots of adaptations around the home as well. But she keeps making me aware of this washing machine, and it's flooding the kitchen floor. So if you understand, I'm just going off and talking on my own. I don't even know if we're connected. We had this.
We just haven't answered.
No, it's just like tumbleweed. Would you understand the washing machine connection with this lady? Because she keeps showing me.
Okay.
So I don't know. No one's coming back with me. So maybe we have got a lag then. Hello.
Is anyone still on here?
Yeah. Her son just bought a new washing machine. Okay. Yeah, possibly. Quite possibly. Would you understand leaking all over the floor as well? I just want to leave her love with you. Would you? I'm going to try and home this.
Joe can take it, mate.
Okay, great. Joe, Doreen, I can take the name, but not the relative. Okay, our washing machine is a little temperamental. Okay, because I did hear the Hughes, and I thought she was talking about a name. So maybe it's time to change your washing machine, Alison. Because I feel like she's showing me it's going to leak. No, I don't think it's you, Joe. Sorry, Joe, because I definitely saw she was showing me the washing machine. Okay. The other thing is this other gentleman here. I want to bring him through as well and pass off. I'm not sure these two are together at all, but I've got an Irish gentleman here who would have loved rugby as well. Very much a sportsman. Again, I feel I can't take the Hughes. Okay, it might be going to Hughes Electrical and TV. It's a company where you can buy a new washing machine, because I heard that. Okay, the Hughes. That's could be my head, but it's making me laugh anyway. So getting back into this gentleman, he's stepping forward. I do know he would have smoked as well. I'm also seeing what looks like an old Ford Cortina. And an old Rover. For some reason, this gentleman would love cars as well. Very much so. And I felt that his car was his pride. Okay, I want to say this gentleman's been passed for some time, and he keeps taking me to what looks like an old school or college that links to him as well. I do feel that there was some kind of university degree. University degree. There was some kind of private schooling with him. I'm just going to leave his life because we're running out of time, aren't we? But we got about 3 minutes left.
3 minutes, yeah. Keep going, mate.
Yeah, I really want to bring this gentleman through. And again, the Irish connection is really strong with him. He's not letting me go because I'm also hearing the Danny Boy, the song, the Danny Boy. I'm hearing all the music and the connection here. Certainly, if I do feel this is father rather than anybody else. Does anyone understand this gentleman with the Irish connection? Who's this? Okay. I'm going to leave his off because we're running out of time as well.
Quick one for you, Tasha.
We've got 2 minutes.
3 minutes.
3 minutes, no.
No,
I know I can talk fast, but I can't even talk that fast.
Yeah, no. I'm a bit gutted that no one can take that last person. But
Anyone can take it quickly.
Yeah, it's
definitely type it in the old box.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Ford Cortina keeps coming through as well. He keeps talking about his pride and joy in his car. Yeah, Tasha, we just want to say a big thank you. Oh, there's another scammer as well. A big thank you for tonight. It's been really enjoyable. I was sorry we didn't get to talk about the parapsychology stuff, so maybe you can come back on and do another.
Yeah, definitely come on and do that, Tasha.
Maybe.
Yeah.
And maybe next time I'll treat you all to some readings.
Oh, I love that. Thanks ever so much for coming on.
Yeah.
That's great.
Thank you for having me. Thank you. It's been lovely.
Take care. Yeah, take care. Bye, everybody. See you next week. Oh, my grandfather. Okay. You can take that as well.
Not going yet.
Used to sing Danny Boy. Oh, lovely. Rugby or cars, etc. So no worries, Alison. As long, okay, that's great. Okay,
Thanks,
so I wasn't even sure if they were together, but that's brilliant. I wanted to home him, so take his love. No worries, Lee. We'll see you everybody next week.
Carol.
And thanks everyone for coming. So take good care. Thanks, Tasha.
So much.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.